morning sun broke through the dusty blinds of the office, casting slanted beams across the cluttered desks of Transcend LLC. This was the kind of day where hope felt more like a fleeting mirage than a tangible sensation. The stark news of just 22,000 new jobs added in August had everyone on edge. Henry Lewis, the firm's beleaguered HR director, stared at the numbers on his computer screen as if they might morph into something promising. 22,000, Henry. That's practically a rounding error. Lisa, the company's snarky marketing specialist, quipped from her desk, which was adorned with a cactus that seemed to reflect her own prickly personality. "Keep the cactus jokes to yourself, Lisa," Henry replied, rubbing his temple with a sigh. "We've got to find a way to spin this into something optimistic. Nobody wants to hear about another disappointing report." As he shuffled through the endless paperwork, the fluorescent lights above flickered ominously, as if echoing his internal turmoil. Transcend had been on a hiring spree a few months ago, convinced that the economy was finally on an upswing. Now, they were dealing with the repercussions of overzealous optimism while the market stagnated like a still pond in late summer. "Maybe we should all take a field trip to the unemployment office," Lisa suggested, her tone a blend of sarcasm and sincerity. "It's not like we're going to find anyone to hire at this rate." The office, which typically hummed with a frenetic energy, felt heavier that morning. Henry surveyed his team. There was Marcus, the soft-spoken finance guy, who had taken to doodling intricate designs of mythical creatures in his notebook. And then there was Sophia, the new intern, whose dazzling smile and bright ideas could light up a room but seemed dimmed by the current gloom. "Hey, what if we hosted a job fair?" Sophia suggested, her voice tentative but hopeful. "We could invite other companies, make it a community event. It could show that we're proactive." Henry paused, the gears in his mind turning slowly. "That's actually not a bad idea." He straightened in his chair, his eyes alighting with the faintest glimmer of determination. "If we can't add jobs ourselves, let's create an opportunity for others." The room stirred with cautious excitement. "We'll need to do it fast," Marcus chimed in, his voice rising with unexpected enthusiasm. "We don't want to be the last ones to jump on this bandwagon." Hours slipped away as the team huddled together, brainstorming ideas and mapping out plans for the job fair. The office, once a battleground of anxiety, transformed into a hive of creativity. Laughter punctuated their discussions as they tossed out ideas: balloon animals for kids, food trucks, perhaps even a local band to set the right tone. As the weeks rolled on, the job fair took shape. Flyers adorned every lamppost in the neighborhood. Even the local coffee shop joined in, offering free drinks to anyone who brought a resume. Henry felt a flicker of hope igniting within him, but he also felt the weight of expectation. What if no one showed up? What if the economy didn't budge an inch? The day of the fair arrived with a brilliance that felt almost theatrical. Sunlight poured through the open doors of the Transcend office, illuminating the hastily arranged tables and the cheerful balloons that bobbed in the light breeze. A sense of festivity hung in the air as families strolled through, eyes wide with curiosity. "Look at them, Henry!" Lisa exclaimed, her arms stretched wide as she surveyed the crowd. "We're practically a carnival." Henry chuckled, partially relieved and partially apprehensive. Let's just hope they're not just here for the free snacks. As the clock ticked closer to the start time, the excitement shifted into a low-grade panic. "We need more chairs," Marcus shouted, rushing past Henry with a stack of folding chairs that threatened to topple over. In the midst of the chaos, Sophia sidled up to Henry, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "Do you think we can get a good turnout?" "Let's just say I'm cautiously optimistic," he replied, fidgeting with his tie. "But who knows? Sometimes magic happens when you least expect it." Just as he finished speaking, the doors swung open. A wave of people flooded in, job seekers of all ages, armed with resumes and eager smiles. They filled the room, and Henry felt a surge of energy ripple through him. This wasn't just a job fair. It was a lifeline, a reminder of the human spirit's resilience. Hours flew by in a whirlwind of handshakes, friendly conversations, and connected spirits. Sophia moved between tables, showcasing her infectious enthusiasm, while Marcus and Lisa manned the refreshments, swapping quips and jokes with attendees. Henry found himself caught up in conversations with local employers, discussing not just job opportunities, but shared visions for the future. Then came the moment that would make or break the day. A group of local college students arrived, eyes bright with ambition but marked with uncertainty. They approached the booth where Henry stood, their apprehension palpable. Hi, one of them said, a tall girl with a nervous smile. We heard about this job fair and thought we'd check it out. Henry straightened, feeling the weight of their expectations. We're glad you came. What kind of positions are you looking for? As they spoke, Henry felt the burden of the previous weeks lift just a little more. He saw the possibilities in these young faces, saw how much they wanted to contribute to build futures for themselves. It was a bittersweet reminder that while the economy may have stuttered, dreams remained alive and vibrant. Thanks for your help today, the girl said as she wrapped up her conversation, her confidence swelling. I didn't expect to come here and feel so inspired. Henry beamed, feeling the warmth of genuine connection. That's what this is all about. We're all in this together. You never know what could happen in a few months. As the fair drew to a close, the once bustling office quieted down, but the energy remained. The team gathered in a huddle, faces flushed with excitement and exhaustion. We did it, Sophia exclaimed, practically bouncing on her heels. Look at all the people we reached. This is just the beginning. 22,000? Lisa smirked, her heart evidently lighter. More like 22,000 possibilities. We've got to keep this momentum going. Henry surveyed the room, filled with scattered chairs and discarded snack wrappers, but also with the unmistakable buzz of hope and potential. This isn't just about jobs, he said, his voice steady and resolute. It's about creating a community. We may not have added the numbers we wanted this August, but we've ignited something far more valuable. And as laughter echoed through the office, the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a golden glow. It wasn't a perfect day, nor a flawless outcome, but in that moment, it felt like an imprint of something greater, a promise that, despite the odds, they could create their own future.